Good morning and welcome to the next podcast of Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. It's been quite a busy week this week. There's some good stuff turned up eventually from Australia, and some good stuff on the cricket collecting site, the spirit of cricket collecting. So we'll just go through some postcards and stuff in a minute. So just to start off with what turned up this week, we've got a Frank or Jack Durston there from the Middlesex, one England cap. You're probably more recognisable his face anyway on the explanation of facing bodyline or bowling bodyline in that famous little video clip of him. So that's probably where you'll see his face more prominently. So that's Jack Durston there, fast bowler for England. Quite a nice signature. And then what else we got here? This will go into the postcard section in a sec. There's a nice postcard there of Sid Gregory. Unfortunately, it's got on there Sid, S-I-D, so a bit of a correction on the way there. Many years ago, 1905, that one. So that will go into the little pile just to explain postcards in a minute. Another nice menu turned up this week, thanks to Andy in Australia. This is 1954-55 celebration dinner at where was it? The Dorchester in London. Results of test matches there in Australia. That's quite a nice. We got there. Australia won the first one, then we got the next three, and then the draw on the last one. So we've got all the results in the front there with the menu on there. Quite a nice MCC ribbon. Then on the back there we got some most of the signatures from the side on there. So that's quite a nice item. That. Been taking about a month to get here, but at least it's finally got here. And then another lovely original photograph here from New South Wales side, 1933-34, which was actually Don Bradman's penultimate game for New South Wales before he went to South Australia. And he only got a little double 100 in this one. I think it was 250 again, I think it was. 253. Kipak's 128. This is against Queensland. So that's another nice photograph there to match the other one up. I've got the other week from 1930. Some good lads. Young Alan McGilvray up the top there. Famous commentator. Turned out to be the famous commentator, and they're all looking very smart there. So very pleased with that photograph from Australia. So that's what's turned up this week. Now just behind me here this week we've got the replicas of Pa and Caesar. Obviously flat back ones there, only sort of painted the front because you had those to the back of your fireplace, and quite a nice little item there of porcelain. Let's say replica, the big hole in this one. And then this one you can get varying types of colour of the blazer, which is interesting on this one. So you got Caesar. This one's got a small hole, and on the bottom of that it's got, what's it got on there? New, basically, on there. So as I say, they never used to paint the back, because it used to face your wall. So quite a nice thing there. I mean, the original ones are going to cost you quite a bit, and they're slightly bigger than these, but just nice to sort of have a replica of the old boys there. And then behind me here is a little montage I've put up a few years ago of the 1920-21 side. It's 100 years old, original photograph there. And also, who have we got down the bottom here? We got Taylor missed by Hearn. Where's that? Second Test Melbourne, that one. There, this one's Melbourne as well, I think, and this one's Armstrong. Armstrong chops Hearn to Woolley. So some nice photographs there of the 1920-21 team in Australia. Unfortunately, the first team that got whitewashed. But there we are, can't have it all, but nice photographs there all the same. I'll put that there, so it's a bit slidey, that one. So, going to get on to the postcards and the development of. Now, before 1902, the postcards didn't have a line where you could separate your address from your message. So there's a rotoscoped of 1902 Australians. As you can see, no line down the middle for your address or message. So 1902 came along, and the industry, the postcard industry, lobbied the government, and the government bought in the centre line down the back of the postcards. 1902. The earliest postcard that they found is September 1902 with the line down the middle. So that's sort of a good guideline to the fact that 1902 side was all photographed without the line down the back. So there's a Victor Trumper there. That's from 1902, so the wrench card, 1902 without the line. Now there's another one that Douglas put on there, which had the line down the middle, which is the same image, but that was obviously taken 1902, but it was on a 1905 postcard. And there's dear old Sid again. This is a 1902 photograph, but again on the split down the middle there for your writing an address. This one was done by Bond, who's a famous photographer of cricketers. There's another Victor Trumper one here. This is 1909. A nice postcard, and again you've got the line down the centre there. In America, it was 1907 when they introduced the centre line for your correspondence and your address. That's anything to go by. And then some of them used to write, to make it difficult for the postman or whoever else to see, used to write in mirror image, so you have to turn it upside down so it's difficult to read. Then sideways, and that's possibly another reason why you sometimes can't read the writing on the back of the card, but I don't see any point in doing that. If you're going to send a card, you want it to be read. But anyway, so that was that. And then of course you get the plain back postcards here, which are just a promotional one really. This is a lovely one with the beautiful signature of Alan Kippax, 1930 tour. This was the BDV cigarettes. So it was confusing, but at least you've got an idea to go to with the 1902 centre line down the back from September really onwards. So I hope that's cleared a few things up for you. And the other thing that turned up this week was this rather lovely Bendigo pottery Don Bradman mug. Now that's a serious nose on there. I've been playing hoopla over that all week. But anyway, that's a serious nose. Unfortunately, it's been demoted from my display downstairs to upstairs because the wife's taken a bit of a disliking to it. But there we are. But now James Marchant tells me that although it says on the bottom here 3,000 in the edition, which is there, Bendigo pottery, there was only 972 made before they broke the mould. So they are relatively rare, generally in different shades of brown, which I'm sure James Martin would put up at a future date. So I'm quite happy with my Bendigo mug, but even though it's gone upstairs now in the display cabinet upstairs, so the wife can't see it. Anyway, so that's what's happened this week, and I hope you've enjoyed that. Obviously plenty of stuff next week, and got my replica shirt on today. Hopefully encouraging Liverpool to meet my prediction of 2-0 at Old Trafford. So have some of that. Come on, you mighty Reds. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. See you next week. Cheers.